Well, hi, folks. Welcome to another edition of the Too Old for Bowls show. I'm your host, Johnny. The title of this episode is The Fourth Quarter. It's been a while since I posted any videos. I fractured my hip last November, and I'm still recovering from the surgery. Here's a short story of my fall. It's entitled One False Move. Since returning to Florida in January, I've been receiving physical and occupational therapy at home. As a result of the PT and OT, I progressed from a walker to a rollator to a cane. The cane I use is a shillelagh one of my best friends made for me for my 80th birthday. I didn't need it until my 85th year. So, why did I title this episode The Fourth Quarter? I've been doing a lot of thinking in the past few months. After my fall and the long road back from hip surgery, I've had more quiet time than usual. Time to reflect on how lucky I've been and how many breaks life has given me. I've led a charmed life and I don't take that for granted. During all that thinking, I kept coming back to a story I wrote years ago called The Fourth Quarter. It's about friendship, aging, faith, doubt, and the moment you realize you're playing the game of life in the fourth quarter. Back then, it was just a story. After this fall, it feels a lot closer to home. I'd like to share my fourth quarter story with you. Sharing this story is my way of giving something back. If it makes you think or smile or take a breath and appreciate your own journey, then it's done its job. Please use the link in the following graphic to access a PDF file of the fourth quarter story. Also, I'd greatly appreciate your comments. Please remember that your comments are strictly anonymous. I never know who the sender is, so please don't hold back. I was prompted to write this story after an evening out with three of my best friends. We were all sitting around talking about our ailments and our operations. And one of my friends commented, "Hey, 55 years ago, we only talked about cars and women, and mostly cars." Well, with all of us being in our mid 70s at the time, I then made a comment that we're all playing a game of life in the fourth quarter. My good friend who made the shillelagh for me then said, "Well, maybe we're in overtime." That really put the hook in me to write this story. The fourth quarter tells a story of a man who, during an evening out with his friends, realizes he is playing the game of life in the fourth quarter. He starts to seriously think about what happens when the final whistle blows and the game of life ends. The story tells how he deals with his own doubts and he is forced to face his own mortality. If my head would have hit the floor with the same force that my hip did, the whistle would have blown and the game would have been over for me. As I said, I'm a very lucky guy. I've had a wonderful, interesting life. Well, that's all I have for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Please visit the Too Old for Bull website. After this video, there will be a link to the Too Old for Bull website where you can view my other videos and leave your comments. We'll see you on down the trail.